Yeah, there's a couple of more up the way there. They're a lot smaller though. Well, that one, those up there, that you see that limb hanging out up there? I cut part of that with a handsaw last week, but the part that's back to the right there, I naturally hadn't been able to get to that.
Cut that limb off right there. Cut that limb off and chuck that shit out to the side and leave that shit right there.
Yeah.
You want to know when I can do that too?
You talking about push it? Yeah, up the way there, but it. This is like the next one, and then the last one is on up towards the other end of the railroad. You know, on up there near San Musry Road, but not right at it.
But they said it's all right to get.
That's what they said. They said all of them were fine to get. Just be careful. Yep. I can try and cut this though right here. It should do fine for that.
If you cut all that right there.
But I don't understand what I did wrong though. The reason I kept getting hung up.
What do you mean you kept getting hung up?
No, like right there is where I got stuck. You know, when I called you.
It should have. With that right there, it should have.
See, I came in. I did like this. I started up here and cut down part of the way. And then try to come underneath. Yeah.
Well, when I'm cutting like that, and you watch your cut. Watch your cut. If you see that something start coming in like that right there, you're fixing to get paint. You come out of it. Then you go from the bottom. If you come out of it, when you started seeing it close up just a little bit, just come on out of it. And then went to the bottom and start to saw up to the bottom.
See, in other words, what happened to me was I came down this way. And I didn't get hung up that way. Uh-huh. Yeah. Somebody trying to call me. So I should have come from the bottom first and then went down from the top. See, I did it the opposite. And I got hung up under here. So no, if I come in like this and cut a wedge and then down like that.
You have to come from the bottom with the wedge.
Oh, okay.
So you need to come from the bottom first anyway on something like that.
I see. Yeah. I totally got it backwards. Yeah. Well, let me see if I can cut this off. Well, that's what I was planning on doing, was getting all of them. They're all on the railroad. You want me to cut this real quick though? Okay. All right. Okay. I appreciate it. You want this back in your bucket, right? Alright, let me take this back down here. I'll be falling in behind you. This way. Want me to get your saw out? Let me get your saw out. Right there. put this back in. Alright. Appreciate it, Ronnie. Hard working on that bank like that. Well, I'm no professional with the chainsaw, but you got to start somewhere and learn, I reckon. So, but thanks to my friend's help with the tractor, he was able to push most of it out of the way, helped save on the cut and some. Saved a lot of time anyway. So at least now it's more open than it was. I'm gonna go back down here and try and see if there's like a limb or two sticking out from that old pine, I believe, that I'm going to move out of the way, or cut, I mean, so it's not sticking out. But yeah, it's you remember the other week, this was the tree that I was pulling on with the brancher, and I pulled it out of the way, most of it that I could. This is what's remaining of it here. It's hard to, you know, it banks, it may not look like it on camera, but it's a steep drop off. This is a railroad bed. It just drops right off like that, so you be careful, you know, you step off the edge there, you're going to fall. That's why I don't want to cut anymore down in there, 'cause I'm afraid I'm going to fall with the saw in my hand. Ain't worth all that. I think I got most of the stuff cut. I can move it at least now. on this side. Coming back on me. Get to go down that bank there. Some of the smaller stuff here, next time I bush hog with the tractor, I can take them back up to it and lay that bush hog down on it. It'll grind this stuff up like it's nothing. So I'm not gonna even bother with that right now, I don't think. But yeah, got that part done. Like I said, I'm gonna ride down here and finish up this pine here, and that should do it for the trees unless I find another one down. You can see this was the initial cut that I made on it. You can see where the root ball blew up and it's still attached to that. The tree was actually living. But this was my initial cut right here. I actually got in a bind and I had to get my friend to come and help me get it out. But while he was here, you know, he helped push the tree on out of the way with the tractor, which saved me a lot of time. And I also cut it down here on this end. It was a forked piece down here, so wedged in between these pines right here. I went on and cut it right there so that it would be easy just kind of move on out of the way. I come back down here now to try and move some of these limbs off the actual railroad bed, and that way you know, that won't be still in the way later on. I just have to leave that. But I think I got a limb up there I'm going to trim off of that piece that he pushed out of the way for me. Yeah, chainsaws are nice, you know, they make quick work of stuff, provided you don't get hung up. Get the chain and the bar hung in the cut that you're making. If you do that, you know, then you play heck trying to get out of there, get the chain and bar out of there, you know, and that's always seems to be the case, especially when I cut anyway. But like I said earlier, I don't have that much experience with them, and so I have to do the best I can when it comes to using one. And but I reckon that's all you can do, though. At least now it's out of the way, you know, and you ride through here like you normally would. Like I said, I'm gonna try and cut those two limbs that are sticking out there onto the railroad, and that should do it. Like I said, unless I find something else, you know, back here that I didn't notice. This fell since the other week anyway. Now for these two. that about does it. That tree. All right. I can walk it out here. All right. Wheel in the air. Hill's a lot steeper than it looks on camera. Turn around here. I wanted to go back up across the pond dam, see what that looked like. So, rather than go this direction, I just want to ride down in here and check on things. Pond's pretty full. Riding over the spillway here. Across that creek down there, we'd have been coming up in that clearing down there and looped around into these paths I'm getting ready to ride into now. Like I said, I wanted to go this way, so actually you would have come out right in here. Had a little bit of rain last night, so there's a few soft places around. Relatively dry though. Pretty humid today. Get off cutting those trees and things like that, you just sweat just rolling off of you. That happened. I got an urge to put the pedal down. Ride down this way. See what this trail looks like. Trail's trying to grow in, you know, the limbs are trying to grow over inside of it. I swear I just came through here the other week with the clippers and was pruning branches back, but it's like you can't even tell I did it. There's more of them come out already. Sometime or another, I know I'm gonna have to open this path back up, but it's like a jungle in there. It's like, I don't know, 2 or 3 trees fell over on one another during the storm, and the path went right through there. But I'm not about this time of year with the ticks and snakes and everything else that are out. I think I'll pass on working on it this time of year. I might wait till it gets winter time, you know, and come back here with the saw and see if I can go in there and see where to cut it. Maybe then the leaves will be off the trees and I can see where the trunks of them are and actually start cutting. But for now, it's going to just have to stay just like it is. But you got this path right here to go on. Takes you basically the same direction, so it's all good. That path anyway needs a lot of work in that open area right there. So you come out on that other side right there, and there's a bunch of logs and stuff that I need to move, and I hadn't done that yet, so I'm going to wait till colder weather comes back and work on that stuff, and I don't have to deal with bugs and snakes, poison ivy, the big 3. Head back down this way and go across the pond dam. Head back up towards the railroad. A little water hole out there full of grass. I'm having to go a little bit slower through here. I got the saw back here in the little passenger seat back here on the rear rack bag. Got it back there in the gas oil mix can with it, so I don't want to go too fast. As long as I got my back against it, it ain't going to fall out, but I don't want to get to bouncing around too much. It might bounce out of there. I'm looking into getting one of the saw grip attachments for my front rack. I kind of save up a little bit of money and maybe I can get it, you know, but for now I just sit it back there, you know, when I get ready to use it. A big deer just ran out in front of us. Probably couldn't see it on camera. Right about there. Flew through the woods. Yeah, I guess that'd be probably one of the next accessories that I add to the Rancher. Some of my friends on YouTube, Cubby ZX, Cubby and CK, Cubby's got a saw grip for his Grizzly 700, and he seems to like it pretty well, so hopefully in the near future I'll be getting one for this Honda Rancher 420 here. Riding up here at the cow shed. Pond's really full. I don't know if y'all can see it. You see the vulture on top of the roof of the cow shed. Oh my, that's something you don't see every day. He's looking for something to eat, I'm sure. Shoot on down the green line here. It's a lot of spider webs in this path. It hit me in the face left and right inside my helmet. Take this little shortcut, avoid some of those tree branches. Little limbs and vines and stuff hanging down on this trail. Squirrel just ran out in front of me. These animals, they're coming out. I know you probably can't see them on camera, but they're definitely there. They just move so fast. There's no zoom feature on the GoPro, so it's hard to make them out, I'm sure. We got a stick trying to ride with us. always been one of my favorite trails, the 128 path. First time I ever rode it, I was on B. And, you know, naturally on a horse, you know, you're just walking along, you know, you're moving a lot slower than you are on the four-wheeler. And anyway, I didn't think the path was ever going in. I mean, it just kept going and going and going, and I think I mapped it out on the digital trip meter on here that it was about 2 miles in length. So that's pretty long distance for, you know, for a trail in the woods from end to end, you know. We're up here on the Montague farm, backside of it. I think that they planted cotton out here, if I'm not mistaken. I think so. That's what they planted last year anyway. It's already started coming up out there, little plants. See it out there, it's actually growing a little better. All that greenery you see out there in the field is cotton plants. It don't take them long either, you know. You'll see little balls of cotton coming out on them too. Once they get, you know, a little bit bigger plant size. Back on the railroad now. Taking a ride down the New Creek path now. Just thought I'd ride down here and make sure there weren't any trees down on it. It and the Old Creek path are notorious for trees falling across it. So I just came through here last weekend, and you saw the last video. It was on Father's Day weekend, and me and Dad, you know, had to move a couple of trees out of the way on this path. But hopefully it won't be anything down. I've done quite a bit of tree cutting today. I'd like to ride some. Deer running out through there. Probably over there in that grass eating. They ran through, go back up in there. You got gone quick. I can't see them up in there. This old cobblestone here, rough to ride on. This hill doesn't look steep on camera, but trust me, it is. Very steep. I don't know what it is about cameras, but the perception in which the land, the grade, you know, the changes in the terrain sometimes is not always visible. Here we are at swamp, water level's right up there at the edge there. But yeah, the cameras don't always capture the severity of a grade, you know, and that one right there, that's a steep hill. And what makes it worse, as I've said before, you know, you've got, all that cobblestone, you know, loose rock, about the size of your fist, most of them, are on top of the ground and they're loose. And, you know, when you're climbing up it, you know, it's sitting there, the rocks are rolling out from under your tires, so it makes it hard to get traction, you know, and it kind of can make the four-wheeler jump around a little bit. And then like if you're riding a horse through there, it's the same thing, you know, the rocks get up under the hooves, you know, and they can slip, and, you know, fall and stuff like that, so you've got to be careful back there. This little trail here could stand to be mowed again. Bush hog. The new creek right there. Try and see if I can approach this so I don't route it out so bad. A little bit soft on this other side. Yeah, not too bad. This land here, you know, is I've said it 100 times, you know, it's an agreement, you know, I have with the landowner is not to try and not route it out any more than I have to. So that's why a lot of times you don't see me plowing through these mud holes and things. But I try and respect what they've asked. So there's a lot of grass through here, boy, I tell you. I have to get the bush hog on that. This is the Joe Gale path here. Probably recognize it from the other videos that I've had in the past. Needs bush hogging too. Crossing the creek here. Not much water in it. Just a little bit of flow going that way. Down a bit. for watching.